got out of my vehicle, told them to shut it down, brought all of them up, pointed out that there's a sign that says they're not allowed on my property. That sign also says you're not allowed on my property without a warrant.
We are.
Without a warrant?
If I'm going to go in your house, then I need a warrant. Right now, I'm not going to get a warrant. No.
Okay. Okay. What I'm trying.
Right, do you have any weapons on you? Because you're known to have a weapon on you before.
Listen, I have one on me. I'm on my property.
You do have one on you.
Wait, hold on.
And why don't you tell us this?
Hold on, I didn't know I had to. Hold on. I didn't know I was doing anything. Can we talk?
And you do have a weapon.
I'm at my house.
Right. Law enforcement officers often engage in fishing expeditions by entering private property without a warrant. When a property owner stands firm, they can successfully order the officers to exit private structures. The legal baseline for this privacy expectation is found in the Fourth Amendment, which declares, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated." Asserting this boundary forces officers to conduct their inquiry outside rather than intruding into a home.
That's the property they were working on. He said, so there's like a long dirt driveway that goes up, and they were obviously trimming the power lines where the trees around them. The truck came flying up, he said, and basically told him to leave, but had his hand on his gun, like had his shirt lifted up, hand on his gun. He didn't point it or display it or anything, but
no, he never
pointed it, right? Yeah. So
you don't know where the truck went? No, but because I was shipping, I don't finish what I was shipping, and he want us to leave. So when we was pulling out, he was taking all the branches that we cut and putting, I don't know where, but he was still there. Maybe he's still there. He said he was still at the property when you left? Yeah. What was the vehicle? I don't remember the model. It was a green truck, pickup truck. And you didn't get a plate? No. Yeah. We just pick up all our stuff and left. Okay. Era el frente era verde y atrás era negra. Oh, he said the front was green and the back was black.
green. The bed was black?
Yeah. Okay.
Chevy.
Oh, Chevy.
Chevy, that's what I'm thinking too. You said V8 on the
Yeah,
side, so
V8
it's like
on the side.
an older Chevy, I'd imagine. Okay. I have his contact information, and hopefully that's got your boss's contact information.
All right.
Yeah. We'll go see if we can make contact with him. And
all right. We appreciate it. Yeah, like the windows on the back side too. Hello?
Excuse me.
Can you grab your dog for me?
Come here, Murph.
I'd just like to talk to you.
That's fine. He's really friendly. I don't mind.
No, I understand.
Come here, Murph. Super friendly.
I understand. I apologize. Thank you. You Jedediah.
Can you please step out of my property, out of my garage?
Listen, I'm here to talk to you about an incident, all right?
I don't know what you're here to talk about, but I'm just asking you not to be in my garage, that's all. We'll have this conversation out here.
You Jedediah.
What would you like to talk about?
Something happened here earlier.
I kicked somebody off my property like I'm about to kick you off. Let's get a warrant.
Okay, so we don't need to go to that. Somebody reported an incident, and I'm just here to talk to you about it. This doesn't have to turn into anything. I'm just verifying everything's okay.
Well, I'm going to record our conversation then.
You feel free to do that.
I mean, you got to understand why.
I mean, sure.
what happened today, Jedediah? What happened? You came home and what happened?
You tell me what happened. You're the one who showed up to my house and want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. You want to talk to me, right?
Yeah, I do.
6%.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What happened when you came home and there was people working on the power lines correctly?
Okay.
And what did you do?
Made them leave.
How?
Got out of my vehicle, told them to shut it down, brought all of them up, pointed out that there's a sign that says they're not allowed on my property. That sign also says you're not allowed on my property without a warrant.
We are.
Without a warrant?
If I'm going to go in your house, then I need a warrant. Right now, I'm not going to get a warrant. No.
Okay. Okay.
Officers on a fishing expedition will frequently disarm a citizen on their own land by claiming officer safety. In this confrontation, the police physically remove a legally carried firearm from the homeowner, despite admitting he committed no crime. However, the legal standard set in Terry v. Ohio mandates that the police officer must be able to point to specific and articulable facts which, taken together with rational inferences from those facts, reasonably warrant that intrusion. Because standing on one's own property with a holstered firearm is not a crime, the physical seizure of the weapon constitutes an unlawful overreach.
What I'm trying.
All right, do you have any weapons on you? Because you're known to have a weapon on you before.
Listen, I have one on me. I'm on my property.
You do have one on you.
Wait, hold on.
And why don't you tell us this?
Hold on, I didn't know I had to. Hold on. I didn't know I was doing anything. Can we talk?
And you do have a weapon.
I'm at my house. Right. Wait, no, you didn't ask me.
100% are. Okay.
Nobody asked me if I had a weapon. Officer, all right. Come on, all right, let's talk. Okay.
And you know why we're here, okay?
All right. Listen.
We're going to do this correctly, okay?
I will. All right.
Listen, talk to me.
When I showed up, my weapon was in my pickup truck.
Me, okay?
I am. I'm going to have a conversation.
So you came home.
Yes.
We're all good now, right?
Okay.
So you came home and you found people on your property.
Yes, and I don't want anybody on my property. Yes.
Okay.
Now, my gun was in my waist because I leave it in my pickup truck, and it sits between my seats. Okay.
That's what I was going to ask.
When I got out of the vehicle, I opened the door and I put it to conceal carry because I have a concealed carry permit.
You're okay.
And I'm on my property, right? By the way, side note, if you would ask me if I had a weapon and asked me to remove it, we would have had that conversation. But, okay, I just want to let you know.
You were being aggressive.
I'm trying to follow the laws here.
But you keep sticking your hands in your pockets. And
I didn't realize I was doing that, and I understand why you'd be upset about that. I apologize. I didn't realize I was making you nervous.
All right, so did you
Now,
put your hand on the gun?
To put it in my waistband, that's it.
So it was already, it was in the truck and you put it in your waistband?
I could reenact it if you'd like over my truck, but I want to say it was 3 things happened at once.
Sure.
I rolled up, shut the truck off, and threw it in park. Well, threw it in first. As I was opening the door, which here's where I realized as I was doing it, I'm like, this probably don't look great, but as I was opening the door, I put the firearm in my belt, in my waistline. Now, I didn't touch it after that.
Hey, you just told them to leave that after that?
Yeah, I didn't threaten anybody. The only thing I threatened them with was, if anything, would be civil litigation based upon the statute that is listed on that sign, which is a criminal trespass.
So you said, I have a sign that says you can't be here.
I explained it multiple times because they were...
Did you pull your shirt up and display the gun or anything, or did it just go in your waistband and your shirt happened to be up over it?
Very likely my shirt was up over it. Again, my hands never went near it. I had a conversation. I didn't threaten anybody. I don't even think I might have used a couple cuss words here and there.
PPNL has a right away, right?
PPNL can schedule an appointment to have people on my property. I just can't have people on my property if I'm not home. I've had too much stuff stolen from me.
All right, well that's fine, but you understand that they have a right of way where they could come in here and work on their
Then
power.
PPNL needs to call me and address me and talk to me about that.
That with PPNL. I'm just telling you they have a right to do that.
Okay.
Right? So they're only helping you out really because the winter is coming up, right? So,
well, here's what happened. Here's part of what upsets me. You see this tree right here? So when I bought this property, I've been on this property for like 9 years now, right? There was a shitty trailer up here, so I've really been working it. And one of the deals was this tree. I wanted it to stay alive.
we're all good.
And everything's been buried because I've taken some out of here and filled over here. And I worked really hard. I kept that tree alive. I worked really hard. Now they just went and they just cut a bunch of stuff off of it, and they didn't do it properly. And it's going to destroy my tree.
Yeah, well,
So I don't care.
they're just trimming these trees down because
They were trimming this tree up.
Okay, well, were there any out?
Yeah, we're good. 90.
Was there any out onto like the power lines that are interfere with?
A massive point of leverage for a smart property owner is understanding the explicit right to possess firearms on their own homestead. The responding officers try to dictate how the citizen should handle his weapon, treating legal carry as a threat. This fundamental freedom is robustly protected by the Second Amendment, which states, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Reminding the officers of this right forces them to acknowledge that a citizen carrying a weapon on their own land is perfectly lawful.
I don't know. I don't want to get in that conversation.
Well,
at the end of the day,
that's what they're doing.
At the end of the day, as far as your report goes, I'm on my property. I had a firearm on me. The firearm's registered to my name. I have a concealed carry permit. I didn't threaten anybody with it. The only time that they seen that firearm would have been if my shirt was over, which a really good chance because I just very quickly put it on there because if I'm exiting my truck and there's unknown individuals on my property, damn right I'm gonna have a firearm. Worst case scenario. Okay. You would too, I believe.
Okay, you're
all right.
Your rights on your property to speak to somebody to get them off your property.
Okay.
So here's your reference for the guys with the gray shirts.
Yeah.
Just coming out here to talk to you about an incident.
Yeah.
Keep your hands away from your gun and tell us that you're concealed carry and sort of do one of these. Okay? That makes this whole situation less aggressive from our part, and it makes you seem less aggressive on your part. All we wanted to do was come out here and ask you what happened with people.
Okay. From a legal aspect, though, am I not allowed to have my gun on me while I talk to you guys?
Nobody said you were.
Because he took my gun.
It's one of those things.
I know. I'm asking a question. Yeah. That's all.
Okay. It's one of those things that for our safety, when someone becomes posturing and becomes aggressive, we expect to have a weapon on them. We're going to remove that weapon so that it doesn't become a problem.
Okay.
You didn't do anything wrong. You have
Right.
every right to
But,
have a weapon on your
and I didn't do anything wrong, correct?
We just said.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're in the same boat because.
If you have one, don't obviously be going in your pockets.
Yeah.
Where I know you were known to have one just a couple minutes ago.
Okay.
Right?
That's fine. I just want to make sure we're on the same page and we both agree that I was allowed to have that weapon on me on my house.
Absolutely.
And okay.
That's
Because
what, you're not under arrest.
you're not.
well, I know the way. So when you first grabbed me to remove my gun from me, I was really upset because I was thinking you were maybe going to possibly do the detainment or the under arrest.
It's for
But
safety for us.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to
okay.
explain to you.
Another thing, watch what you're doing with that gun when you're talking to people. All right.
It wasn't.
You know what I mean?
That gun does not give me any kind of power or complex or anything like
I'm just
that.
saying to watch
The
what
thought
you're
of that
doing.
gun being on me had nothing, that did not change the outcome or what I was going to say. It had nothing to do with it other than I just had my gun on me. So I'm going to have my gun on me.
I understand that. I'm just saying, watch how you're doing it or what you're doing with it when you're talking to someone, especially in an aggressive manner, which I'm sure you were.
Oh, I was hollering at him.
Right,
Get the
so-
fuck off my property.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing that,
Yeah.
and they see a firearm because they're telling us. Now you got to understand what they're telling us too. All right, they're telling us that you have your hand on your gun, screaming at them. All right, so
Well.
that's much more aggressive. You having your hand on your gun. For what reason?
I didn't have my hand on my gun. Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's so. And then when you keep going in your pockets while we're here, all right,
Natural.
right? So
It's a
all right,
natural
so-
thing.
But you understand why we would sort of, we're here to talk to you. We already know you have a gun. All we wanted to do was talk to you, and you're...
Yeah, but you could have just said, "Hey, do you have a gun? Do you mind taking the gun off while we talk?" I don't think there was ever a reason for you guys to reach
Well, there was
to
no
take my
reason
gun.
That's completely fine.
Because when you showed up, I was just on my computer in my office, and that was still on me. So it's not like I went and got my gun because you showed up. I sit around my house with my gun on me all the time. Well,
It's like
my
a
thing
traffic
is,
stop. When you're in a traffic
well, hold
stop,
on
whatever,
though.
all right, you got to tell them that you're.
Yeah, but this ain't a traffic stop because see, what the
We're not
thing
getting
is,
into the dirt.
no, I will though, but I will because you.
That's
That's
fine.
not why we're here, okay?
But
We're done, all right? Everything's okay. You have every right to kick somebody off your property.
okay, can I kick you off my property?
We're leaving.
We're
All
leaving.
right, see ya.
Okay.
Have a nice
Bye.
afternoon.
All right.
What's your name and badge numbers?
The interaction reaches a decisive conclusion when the homeowner aggressively exerts his ultimate authority over who is allowed on his land. Once the officers concede that no crime occurred, the homeowner exercises his right to immediately terminate the encounter. This absolute control over private land is rooted in the common law principle of property rights, which dictates that a man's home is his castle, and he may use all necessary force to protect it. Forcing the officers to pack up and walk away demonstrates how constitutional boundaries can completely demolish police intimidation tactics.